Hello, I am Virginia Attorney Jennifer Raimo, and one of the questions that criminal defendants often ask me is what's going to happen to me? Unfortunately, that is a very difficult question for me to answer. In Virginia, there is a broad sentencing range that is available for any given crime. Misdemeanors have a shorter one that's not as severe, but felonies have a pretty big one, and it could be anywhere from 0 on up. For example, assaulting a police officer is a Class 6 felony, which means that technically speaking, all Class 6 felonies have a sentencing range of no jail time at all, up to 5 years in prison, and up to a $2,500 fine. However, assaulting a police officer also has a mandatory minimum, which is 6 months in jail. So if you are convicted of assaulting a police officer, then you may find yourself facing a mandatory minimum of 6 months in jail, all the way up to 5 years in prison. And it's really difficult to predict exactly where you will fall on that scale in advance. We do have sentencing guidelines to help us to determine what most judges do in Virginia, but even those are discretionary, and the judge can go up or down, just cannot go below the 6 months. And then, of course, there is always that possibility of a $2,500 fine or less in addition to that time in jail. Now, that does not mean that you are definitely going to go to jail for 2 years or 5 years or just 6 months. A lot of what happens in court really does depend on the law that applies to your fact pattern and exactly what happened itself. And sometimes attorneys can negotiate for a lesser charge rather than assault on a police officer if there is some basis to do so. Now, assaulting a police officer also has some defenses to it. Just because somebody is a police officer does not automatically make it a Class 6 felony. So you should talk about the facts of your case with your attorney, or if you don't have one, you really should get one, because a felony is a very serious matter, and it's one that you're probably not prepared to handle on your own. Talk about it in that confidential environment with an attorney. Don't just research it on the internet and post all the facts of your case on the internet, because anything that you say can and will be used against you in court, and that includes anything that can be traced back to you as something that you personally have admitted to online. So you always want to discuss these things in a confidential environment, and once you do, hopefully you'll get the answers that you're looking for. If you would like to discuss an assault on a police officer case with me, or if you'd like more information about Virginia criminal law, go to www.raimolawoffice.com or give me a call at 703-591-4868. Thank you.